Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. See if I can hear myself now. Yeah, I think I can. All right. How about here? All right. Hey everybody, welcome back. And let's give it a shot to a couple of things that I've been thinking of. Move the feedback here. Okay. So, salud. So the first thing I would like to do here is use a different browser for no particular reason, but let's try it with a new window and do let's create a new space here. All right. Let's close this here and bring in Arc, because I think it looks a little bit better without the Chrome up here, the tabs and stuff. And I will use this chance to also show you this little kind of path that we have here for the invites. So if I now try and see the UI, you can see I have a little bit of a translation here. There's also light mode. And yeah, the whole idea is that I can share the project with specific people for now, and so that they can use their own invite codes here for accessing the contents. If for whatever reason you're interested in looking at this yourself, you can ask me for an invite and I can create one and share it with you if you'd like. And so let me show you how I create the invites right now. Let's do that in a different terminal. And what's a good place to start? Let's do package.json, and you will see that I have a bunch of invite related tasks here. So starting from here, what I'm doing with this project is I'm using Cloudflare for the deployment, and using this CLI tool, Wrangler, helps you with the whole setup, right? So since I am running in local mode, what I need to do is to create local invites. But for that, I need to come here, if I'm not mistaken. No, invites YAML. There you go. And then, yeah, let's do live Axel or something. Actually, what I've been doing is commenting out the ones I already used and then creating a new entry. So that makes a little bit more sense for me to know what I already created. Anyway, so now that I have this, I can do an R and go invite, generate, and if I remember correctly, this will take the YAML file and create a code for create a code for the invite. So that's the one that we will put here. Let's remove those. And by the way, those are one-time code. So that's the reason why I need to create one every time I want to use it locally, and in this case, use it for the local environment. Okay, so now what you can see is the alias of the invite, but also the actual code. But if I did try to use that right now and say this is live Axel, or just my name, I guess, to make that distinction. Now I can go in. I thought I was not going to be able to do that, but anyway, it's been a little while since I created this portion. So yeah, you can see we're welcoming to the private preview, and we kept the username here. We asked them to bring it back, or sorry, to bring some feedback if they want, and they can do so here. So yeah, so I already shared this with a few people, as you can tell from the invites YAML file, and I've received a few comments about the feedback. Anyway, so let's go back to what we were trying to do here, and that was the flow. Like I mentioned, there were a few things that I wanted to show. I thought I had to first publish local the invite. I don't recall why. I thought, yeah, I had to do this first, but anyway. So now we're in. That's the important bit. And now, so one of the things I would like to do is first update my Nuxt version, and then we can start creating the computed properties content, if you'd like. So let's do that now. If we do NU, I think that will try to upgrade all of the packages that are ready for upgrading at once. And maybe I am shooting myself in the foot, but we'll see. Actually, let's do, wait, let's do that like this. Okay. It seems like we are done with the upgrade. But what I wanted to see here was the Nuxt being updated. The Nuxt package. Okay. So let's check out now. Package. Yeah, everything is going to go to the catalog. And the catalog is workspace. Whoa, so there's a bunch of changes here. And then the sorting order is kind of messed up a little bit. So if I save the page, then we will get them ordered again. So yeah, to workspace. This too, as well as web container. So these errors are from an extension I added. That's called cspell, and I highly recommend that, even if you are a native speaker, because that will save you some trouble here and there. It does help me because I'm not a native English speaker, so that's helpful. Yeah, I'll just continue with that later on. You can see what that was all about. But now, what I wanted to see was if Nuxt was actually updated. And the way I do that is, so these are like packages, but I want the here 4.5. I guess that's the latest. And one way we can check that is, we could do, for example, this npmx npmx. Anyway, Nuxt. Exact here, sorry. Yeah, 4.5 is the latest. That's the one we installed here. So what I need to do now is go back to the command that I use for firing it up and remove this part, I believe. So now I can do an rdev. And I can actually update PNPM itself. We could probably do that as well. I just need to make sure we can run the same project without having a lot of issues. Yeah. Okay. The requested module. Maybe what we could do. Let's try. Now that we have the updated catalog here, we can was it self-update or upgrade? There you go. Okay. So now we will install the dependencies again. The downside of doing it the way I'm doing it is, you know, I'm nuking everything and doing a bunch of things at the same time, trying to update them, and it's not always the best idea because the dependencies are interrelated, I guess. But it's worked the last couple times I did it, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers that this will work this time as well. All right. Okay. Even Wrangler was updated, I think. All right. Let's give it a shot again. There's an issue here. Falling back to cannot be resolved in your project. Parcel watcher. Interesting. Okay. So it says I should be using Parcel watcher. Interesting. And let's try to refresh the page now. There's also an issue here for check if page unused has no default export. I don't know what this is about. Alright, but I think we are back in business. We have the application running again. This is, let's try with the reactivity. Next tick. Alright, I'm going to do full screen here. And it's going to refresh a few times because it's loading the different pieces. But once it kind of catches up, then we will have the environment going. So it's going to be okay here. Yeah. Right on. Cool. Everything works as far as I can tell. So it should be good. We can probably address the warnings and start by so I don't want to do it this way, because if I installed the package here, it won't be listed on the catalog, and it will instead be installed directly here. I am failing to come up with the correct terminology here, but that's it. Yeah. So I think it's something like PNPM catalog name, and then this, instead of front end, should probably be dev. I'll just tag it there, or either there or Nuxt, but nah, makes more sense to do dev. So I'll do dev, and hopefully I'm doing this right. Oh, save catalog name. Is it? Okay, we're getting issues with preset animations for some reason. But as you can tell, now we get add parcel watcher, and it's going to be listed here. Oh, interesting. This got created there. Over here. Oh, I guess this is because of the conflicts. And here, these, I'm not sure. So you can tell these are keys that I didn't have before, but now I do. So I will probably have to look into that at some point. Alright, but this is now installed, and that we shouldn't. Oh, interesting. This is 000. That's not good, is it? That should have been. Where is the installation? It didn't tell me what version that was. Well, yes, 260. Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna have. Give me issues. What if I did this? And I tried to install stuff again? Right, and then at least it's started this time. So I've seen these before, I've seen this before. Now this is the new one, right? The one with the plugin, but now we don't get the warning about Parcel Watcher. So I guess we are good. No? Yeah, I'm gonna say we're good. Not entirely sure what these are, like why we have those. Oh, I think all of this is because I created, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I created something I will be showing you in a moment, which is the package create content. And this package create content, yeah, does need those things. Yeah, okay. I probably left that too much in the hands of the AI. But what I'm trying to do now is show you what that is meant to do. So, and let's try not killing the server here. And you will see that I have a content command or task here. And what I wanted to also do was decide where exactly I wanted to bring in the computed properties part. So it's in the docs as part of the essentials. And I am checking something else. Just give me a second. I'm on my other window trying to do something, because I did have yeah, I think we should use the reactivity chapter, and I think that should have that could have helped me a lot with the classes parts also. I might just create a separate lesson for that. Because what I'm trying to say here is we have, that package, which I will show you how it works in a second, and then on the styling portion for the dynamic classes, I do a ton of things trying to explain something, and probably a computed property would have been easier to explain. But what I'm thinking is I can keep that the way it is, and we can actually remove this. Delete. So there's no solutions. There you go. No solutions for this part. But in reactivity, so you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's create all right. So you can see this is an Amoxtli content creator kind of tool. And I wanted to create a VS Code extension, but then I realized I could probably use a different editor sometime in the future. So maybe CLI would be the more accessible option for now. Otherwise, I would have to have, you know, the other editor's extension or whatever, and then have the VS Code one and maintain both and stuff. So the easier way would be probably to have this. And what would you like to do? Create a chapter? No, a lesson in an existing chapter. Yes, here, and English for now. I will do it in the Reactivity chapter, and we'll call this I think you can do computed properties. Lesson, and this will be number 5. Yes. So now it asks if I want to use just a standard view template, or if I will be introducing Sass and stuff. So in this template, I can use Sass and Pog as the I forgot the name for these. Not compilers, preprocessors, I think. So no, not really. And then whether I want to just skip the playground altogether. I think we will go with, and this one is just trying to load the HTML in case it didn't make sense. So, can see we created the whole structure for the lesson, and we have a default Hello World View app going on here, and it's asking me if I want to create also the solution. So in the case we did want that, not really, thank you. And so you can tell now that we also have the index with a starting file. The template is Vue, which means I'm not using either the HTML like basic template nor the preprocessors one with Sass and Pog enabled and so on, right? So that's what that does. These features are by default always like this when I pick up a template that has a playground in it. So I get the split layout, which is left side document or docs and right side the playground. And yeah, all of these will be explained later, I guess, when we actually start doing stuff with the playground. Ignored files are also by default, and the session name, this is the one I use for, let's go back here, for when using the playground and we are saving snapshots. So let's go code mode and remove the terminal, maybe put the preview, sorry about that, put the preview side by side instead. And yeah, what I was saying is if I save, I can have a snapshot there. If I didn't have the session name, I don't know if in an older video we saw that we couldn't save because of that, but this is what allows me to do that. Because if I go here, you can see that I saved that and the database holds that inside of the on the proper collection. We're missing a remove button here, just like we do for the terminal, as you can tell. Something to fix. But yeah, so now let's try and load the computed properties lesson. It will not like it at first, but the next time we load it, there you go. Wait, it thinks that this is a template for HTML, so maybe what I need to do is restart the server actually. All right, give me a second here. It's not that hot today, but it's still drinking water is a good idea. So yeah, I will have to address this eventually. But what I wanted to show you was this part where we are getting the template to load the appropriate. Hey, take the terminal and put it here, please. There you go. I don't know why that didn't work before. Anyway. So now we can start editing the computed properties content. And it's taking a little while. Now this is VS Code hanging a little bit. Okay, and there was something else I wanted to do, but I'm not sure I have the enough space in my computer. But I learned about Fluid Voice. This is an app for Mac, and I actually wanted to try it because if I can kind of write the contents here more quickly, that will help me a bunch. So let's do now. Are you okay, VS Code? Are you okay, VS Code? My term. Let's put this here. Okay. Fluid Voice. Just speak. We'll handle the rest. Sure. English and Spanish. Oh, it's the most, I guess. So English is fine. Choose your voice engine. Recommended for English. You can see more options if needed. Blazing fast. So these graphs look better on the left, I suppose. Alright, and let's download stuff from the internet because that's safe. Show other models. Flash dictation. Multilingual. Or multilingual, I guess. go here, Nemotron. So these are models that are ready for download. Okay. Oh. Not sure how long that will take. In the meantime, yep, I guess VS Code got stuck. So let's skip this part. And then say, sometimes you need to calculate new state that depends on what we change in other places. And this is some this is kind of like what I do. I just put a lot of ideas there and just keep the ones that I like, I suppose. Have you worked with a spreadsheet before? You know how using the Okay, I'm saving the file, but it's kind of stuck still. And when this happens, I usually just reload the window. Something got stuck somewhere. Okay. There you go. So let's remove the playground for now. Let's do view live here. And then we want view. I thought I had the code snippets enabled here for view 3. Guess not. That's fine. Template. It's nice to be able to type. Template. Okay. So what do we want here for the computed properties? Yeah, let's say we wanted to calculate those automatically or something. So yeah, let's say we have a couple inputs. Text. And then let's say this is gonna get interesting. Let's see, what does the actual documentation say about computer properties? Maybe that will give me an idea. What I don't want to do is just take the exact same examples and put it in here, because that wouldn't really be fair, and it's not original and authentic, and that's something I am striving for with the content of the book, I guess. So yeah, this guy is optimizing the model, which is okay. All right, so in-template expressions are very convenient. Okay, so one important bit would be to help you not have a lot of logic in the template itself, right? Okay. Yes. So the first bit is, what if you have some data, but then you have a conditional for each of the entries where you need to determine what it will be rendered. What will be rendered, right? And then on the other hand, there's some calculations that you want to reuse without having to repeat yourself every time. Yeah. So in this case, and if we go here, then we are taken to a separate page in a different context. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of wanted to avoid, because we are now in a new environment, in a different way to do things. And if you wanted to go back, I don't know. Maybe this is enough for most people, but anyway, here we have declared the computer property. Getter function. I guess that's important to also keep there. Okay. Yeah, so now that we explained refs, we can also like talk about the dot values part here. Computer property. Yeah, this is the important bit, I would say. Typing computed. And I could probably, yeah, add the TypeScript part eventually also on in the lessons. We'll see what I can do there. And then we get, methods versus that. All right. So the first idea is nice because it doesn't require inputs or anything, which is better. And what I think we could do is probably bring in the idea that we had before about rendering the Beatles, for example. And that is not yet put into live code or live components. I think I don't need this for now. I kind of am on the not on the phase where stuff breaks, but I'm just adding content. So not this one though, or maybe. No, yeah. I wanted to look at the albums here. So yeah, maybe what we could do is include the list of tracks. I probably want to also toggle this panel somehow. Maybe a good example would be if I wanted to list the have the tracks list for each one, and what I'm thinking is, and maybe do a tally of the authors for the lyrics or the composer and something like that, and say from this album. So for example, let me see if I can explain myself a little bit better. Please me. And then I go here and then say, where's the track list? Is there a track list? Track listing. There you go. Oh, there's no writers here. That's not good. Anyway, say I wanted to do like a tally, like I said, say how many of them of the tracks were sung by McCartney. So this will be the computed property, right? Go 1, and then he participated in here, and then that will give me 3, and so on and so forth. I think that would be an interesting use of the computed properties, right? I'm thinking. What else? How do we use computed properties in this particular code base, for example? And this is for the navigation. This is for the, kind of like the breadcrumbs. We determine if the form is empty with this. I think this is a good example as well, yeah. But that we could use this in the method versus computed kind of portion, I guess. Oh, the icon for... I like this. Well, I will eventually add like another section in the content where I will say, okay, you know how you can use dynamic classes? Then we can kind of merge two ideas, the computed properties with the dynamic classes, and so that is a very powerful combination and so on. So I think this part may not be the best example for now. What else do we have here? Panel, or the callout in this case. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing, right? Because we have variants. Yeah. Oh, maybe this guy is first and is last when going through the list. Well, the example in the documentation is very straightforward, right? It just counts whether, even though we could get the length every time to determine if we are printing yes or no, the whole point is to be able to always print yes or no So yeah, I think we could do something similar. Not the same thing, but something similar. So let's bring in, where's my code? Where's my, here, and release date. Yeah, sure. Let's use this collection here. And instead of the whole, yeah, with one single album, we should be good. Let's do 2 albums to drive the point home, I suppose. So now let's go to here. Do you want to see me type stuff? Track lists, and this is going to be an array with the track name, which is going to be I saw her standing there, and lead vocals.
No molestes. ¿Sí me escuchaste?
Sí, te escucho. I'll be right back. All right. Anyway, I am back. The wife didn't know I was doing this thing live, so anyway, lead vocals McCartney. And yeah, let's keep the length. Why not? 252. We'll do that this way. We don't really need it. So yeah, that's okay. All right. Now we need a few of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's 14 of them. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I pause my music? I did. Something is not working. What happened? Are we back or not? Next track. I guess that works. All right, and then I saw her standing there. Misery. Anna, go, or to, wasn't it go with him? Let's remove all of them. Chains. Boys. Ask me why. Please, please, me. And then side 2 of me too. P.S. I love you. And then, baby, it's you. Do what? Do you want? What's the rule here? Why do I have to, I don't know, capitalize some of the letters and not all of them for each word? A taste of honey. There's a place where I can go. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. One of my mom's favorites, gotta say. Linen. Let's do and as well. And then a taste of honey is McCartney. This is Harrison. Here, baby, it's you, it's Lennon. Lennon. P.S. I love you. McCartney. Love me too. Somehow, this is McCartney first. Please, please, me. Wait. Here. Chains. Wait, boys. This. What did I do? Ask me why. Is Lennon. Boys is Ringo. Chains is Harrison. Lead vocals for Anna is Lennon. Didn't I have that on the clipboard? Misery is Lennon and McCartney. There we go. I think this is gonna be fine. Just the one album. We'll see if we actually want another one later on. Okay, cool. So now that we have this, what we want on the live, I probably need to switch up how this works a little bit because I guess that's fine. Anyway, no, activity, computer properties, and yeah, in instead of doing it here, the smart approach would probably be collapse here. Why are you not collapsing? Actually, the smart approach would be to go into the actual file here. There you go. And okay, and it's gonna complain that it's not in use, right? Interesting. But that's not, that's TypeScript, I think. I'll figure that out later. Okay. So now we have the discography and track lists, lead vocals. And yeah, okay. So what we need now is, let me think real quickly. Oh yeah, I think this is why I wanted a couple albums, but it's fine. For now, let's reuse this guy, I think. Vbind, this is the one. I think this is the one. Yeah, and I don't have the assets right now, so let's just do the album name. And within the album name, we'll do actually another list. Wait, so let's do that here. And then track in. Is it track list? What did I call it? Track list, yes. So album. Track that name. Album name, instead of that, it's going to be track that name. All right, what I think it's really cool is that I can see the the app writing it in VS Code, which is where I am most comfortable with, and then the output out here. I will eventually probably try to do that with the platform, because I saw that that idea from, I think I can show you, from Syntax FM. Here, cssbattle.dev, I think. Oh, they changed the landing, I think. This is better. But is it theirs though? No, maybe this is not it. No, this is a different thing, I think. No. It's a different thing. Where's the... Syntax? This is it. I'm sorry about that. syntax. There you go. So yeah, what you do here is you use your own environment and you update kind of like remote files that are being read and executed on the environment for the platform here. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I might explore that later on, but not right now, right? So let's focus on what we wanted to do and go back to here. Anyway, so we have the nested lists. And let's go track list, lead vocals now, right? So what we want now is lead vocals tally or something. And since computed, I think we need to import computed. Hold on a second. We need to do this, and then yeah, that's what I want to do, right? Tally them. Yeah, something like this. It's very similar. Let's go with 0. Let's do like that. So here I will keep the count, and here I will go through them. So maybe I just need a for each track, and then how do you tell this is if lead vocals if we already have someone there, then we add 1, and then we return tally here, and then else in vocals starts with 1. Is this the right thing to do or not? We'll figure it out. Yeah, so it's not compiling because we need to import. Oh gee, can't type anymore. Hidden from view. And then we can I just put it here. Here we go. And let's probably do this. There you go. So this is the count of how many songs or tracks are led by each one of them, right? Does that work as an example? Would you say? Or will it like be lost in the complexity of whatever this is doing? Not sure, but we kind of hit the 1 hour mark already a few minutes ago, and I think that will be enough for today, for the live portion. I think I will be still looking into this, but my idea is, yeah, to show on the book how that works and just hit the same points that the official docs do, just with a little bit more maybe depth, but also the interactive portion to be a little bit more what should I say here, to be more inviting for people to look at it, to play with it. Anyway, I guess we will see how the whole fluid voice thing works later on. Or maybe we can close with that, so we can leave this, I guess, in a complete state. So, yes. And let me move this here. I need to add permissions and then look for fluid voice. Where are you? There you go. It's updated. I did that. So press once to start, press again to stop. Okay. Remind me to send the notes before 5. Okay. I will continue with creating the lesson for the computed properties for my Vue Live book. Alright, so you can see how it works now, and it seems to work just as advertised on the YouTube videos that I watched earlier on, and it does take care of punctuation and things like that, so I can even remain quiet for a little while, and then but it still has the ability to provide the appropriate punctuation for the text. Nice. Actually a little bit scary, but this is how we roll now with AI stuff. Cool. Yeah, what about asking a question? Does this know that I am asking a question? It does. How about an exclamation mark? I am so excited. Yeah. I am excited. Yeah, I guess it won't know that I am excited. It won't add the exclamation mark. but it's fine. I'll be changing that maybe. One more thing, fluid voice can publish row dictation locally. Okay. Oh yeah, so yeah, okay. New line. Make a grocery list. Oh, I see. Fluid intelligence. Though this is the one that's very large. I might just use the one that I have right now, and maybe if I see the need for something more advanced, I will try this. Yeah, skip for now. And then there are settings here. Alright, I'll be checking this out later on. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for staying with me for this long. And yeah, I'll catch you later.